Hey everybody, what's going on? I just wanted to go through a video on how I use Trello for managing my job hunt. They say that looking for a job is a full-time job, and it can make a big difference in keeping things organized. Now, Trello is an app that you can use on your computer or on your phone. I use it both places, and if you use it on your computer, it's all updated, and you can open it up on your phone and have everything you need right there. I use it for a lot more than just managing projects, just because it's so user-friendly. But I thought it might be helpful to do a video on how to manage your job hunt. So first thing you want to do is you're going to want to have a Trello account. Just go to Trello.com, and if you don't already have a Trello account, then you would want to do sign up. And when you go to sign up, you're going to do your name, email address, password, or if you want to just sign in with Google, you could do that. I already have a Trello account set up, so I'm going to log in and show you what that looks like. Okay, so I've logged in, and we're at the home page. You can use the little home button here to get to all your boards. This is a brand new Trello account, and no boards have been created as of yet. So what we're going to do here is create a new board. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to say job hunt and create a board. Now once this board's set up, you can change this background. That to me is just a little too much. Now you can do colors. You can make it any one of these colors that they offer here. I'm going to go back. I do like using photos because when you have a lot of boards, it's kind of nice to have the photos. Let's just go see what we've got here. That's kind of cool. And you can just go through here and pick whatever you want. That's kind of cool. Let's just go back to this one. You can also search photos, so if you want to do wolf, there's that. You can go and find all the wolf pictures. So, alright, so there's that. Now, we're going to click out of that. We now have a board. If we go back here, we have a job hunt board. If we wanted another one, we could create another board here for whatever stuff you've got using. I've got my personal Trello account. I probably have 10 to 15 boards. But we're going to go back into the job hunt. Now, what we want to do is we want to add a list. And this list is where you create steps, or what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you would call it just steps of the process. But the very first list is something that I usually create. Is kind of like a sticky list where everything there is going to stay there. So we're going to do an add list, and we're going to do we'll call this permanent, not permanent info, but resources. Okay, and then here we'll create another list called jobs to apply for, and then we'll create a new list for jobs applied for, and then completed jobs. Now you could create anything you wanted here. You could do applications, whatever. You can call this whatever you want. As I go through this, I'll show you kind of how this works. So for resources, what we would do here is we'll do something like my resume. Okay. Now the beauty of this is I can now go and I can attach my resume. I can go here and click on attach, and I can attach it from computer, Trello, Google Drive, Dropbox. It's got a number of options. So I'm going to go ahead and attach my resume from my computer. I'm going to pause this while I do this. Okay, so I just clicked on attach, and I attached my resume right here to this particular card. And then now I've got it there in my Trello system, and I can get to it very easy just by double clicking on this and opening it up. No longer will I have to go search for it on my computer or whatever. I just open up Trello whenever I'm working on my job hunt. Now, next thing I want to do is add a card for a list of company websites. Do I want to do company websites? Yeah, it's fine. Okay, now why am I doing this? One thing I just learned at the event last night, I kind of had an idea of this anyway to begin with, and that is the idea or the knowledge that not very many jobs are actually advertised. Very few. And what I learned last night was only 8% of jobs are advertised. That's over 90% of jobs are never advertised. You have no idea if there's job openings available. And so that's why you want to actually go and say, create a list of company websites where you'd like to work at. Go and do the Clark County Human Resources website so you can watch all the jobs that come up with the county. If you live in Camas, go to the City of Camas HR website and put your list right in here. So we're going to do, you can put a description if you want to, list of company websites with job openings. Okay, and then we'll do save. And actually, I'm going to use this description. Do we want to use that whole description? Probably. You can play around with this. And also what we can do, we can edit this. If you wanted to have this in bold, put 2 asterisks on each side, and then do save. And then that's now bolded. So, let's just say that you're living in Camas. City of Camas, Washington, job openings. So we'll go over here, City of Camas, that's all via, there we are, jobs home. I'm going to highlight that. I'm just going to do Control A, or you can just click on the whole thing. I'm using a Windows computer, so that's why I'm using Control, not Command. If you're using a Mac, you'll want to use Command. And I'll do a Control C. Go back over here, and we're going to do that. Let's say you're looking at, you've heard that Wafer Tech is a great place to work. And we'll go over to Wafer Tech. I wonder if this is the same Wafer Tech. Pretty sure it is. Let's just go in here real quick. I'm going to pause this while we're looking. Okay, so Wafer Tech is the Wafer Tech I was looking for. We go over here to contact us, and we have it is in Camas, and there you go. We go to careers, and got some stuff there. Find your fit. Join Wafer Tech. Find your fit. There we go. That's what we wanted. So there's a list of jobs at Wafer Tech. So we're going to go over here. Control paste. Control V to paste, and we'll do save. And then we're going to do that. All right. So I now have. I'm not going to do anything with these cards here. These are going to stay right here in this under resources. And I'll go over here and pop in here when I want to check out stuff at the City of Camas. And then I can go over here and again open this up and go, okay, I want to see what's going on at Wafer Tech for as far as jobs. Okay, so we've got that. Now, jobs to apply for. Let's just say we'll go back over here, and here's the equipment engineer. And we'll put in here equipment engineer at Wafer Tech. Okay. And we can go in here, and if you want to add a description, again, you could. And everything that that's going on with this particular job, you would put on this card. So let's just say here, maybe again have the job opening. We could do the link to the job opening. And then let's say we can do explore. hey, you know what? This is pretty interesting. We got all this stuff, what we're looking for, blah, blah, blah. Career path, check for job openings. I'm going to open up my snippet tool, and I'm going to do this because this is kind of good to have. And I'm going to do a copy. I'm going to go over here, do a Control V, and it's going to paste that right up in here. So I now have an image, and I can edit this image, and I can do Wafer Tech Engineer, and we'll update that. All right, so let's say there's a contact person. We're going to do a save, and we add another comment, and we'll say contact Joe Smith. I'm making this up. If there happens to be a Joe Smith there, that would be, wow, you know, what are the chances? But anyway, and then we'll put here phone and 360. Again, I'm making this up. 555-1212, and then we could do email and jsmith at wafertech.com. All right, now we've got that. So you see what we're doing out here is we've got all of the information for this particular job. We've got the job listing. We've got the contact information. We've got a copy of or the link to the job itself. We could go in here and then put appointment for job interview is 3/22/2019. Helps if I type in job interview properly. All right, so we could do save. Now at that point we could put a due date on this if we wanted to. They got due dates. So everything's going on right here. Now let's just say that we've had an interview. Let's get out of that and out of that. So we've now, let's just say you've applied for the job and you pop that there. You haven't had the interview yet. You could put another list here for interviewed. And once you have an interview, you can go in here and move it over. And then let's just say you've gotten a response. Got in here and we got a response. Joe Smith decided to hire someone else. And then if you wanted to, you could put a date, although it's going to stamp a date on there. I still will oftentimes put a date just because I'm kind of obsessive compulsive. And we'll say it's like the 24th, even though right now it's the 21st. And then save. All right, so we'll close that down, and then we'll say completed jobs because we've already interviewed, we've already got a response, we're done. So this is how I would go and use a Trello board for managing your job hunt. Now, one of the things you could do over here, you could add a card, and title of the card is going to be template for jobs. And there's a reason I'm going to do this here in a minute, but and we're going to go over here and we're going to do a checklist. And we're going to call this job hunt checklist. Add. Now, let's say we want to have a really nice little checklist that we manage for the whole process that we're doing. So we'll have, let's say, found, let's see here, identified contact and added contact information. Bam, there's a checklist item now. Sent job, sent in resume. There. Followed up on resume. There. Job interview, and you could put in here setup or looking here for setup or not, or passed. Maybe they decided not to. So again, this is just kind of a little thing for a checklist as you go through this stuff. Let's put in here, thank you, card sent after job interview. Okay. Now, the reason I've got this template is you can use this now for every single job you apply for. Go in here and right click on it and do copy, and then do what's going on here? Copy, and then we're going to do here City of Camas engineering position. And there you go. You can drag cards around, okay? And then now you've got it, identified contact. So we did that, and we added Joe Smith, and we did all that other stuff. And then when you send your resume, you can send your resume. If you haven't heard anything from them, give them a call in 3 or 4 days. Again, you want to check. I've heard now that you want to make sure that you check and find out what their expectations are as far as after you submit a resume. Some people don't want you to follow up on it. Some people say, yeah, you can, give us a call in a week, but communicate with them. And if you're able to follow up on the resume, then follow up on it. And so that's kind of how I would use this Trello board to manage your jobs. And again, keep a list of all the websites, and that's going to be really, really important for your job hunt. And what you'll find is if you've got it all in one place, right here, you open up your Trello board, you have it all in one place. There's no searching for it. You're going to have your resume there. You're going to have your websites there. You're going to have, contacts. If you're doing some networking, you might have a card here under resources for networking folks, people that you've met up with who can really, really be helpful in kind of directing you to something that you aren't aware of. Hey, guess what? City of Richfield's hiring, and here's a position I think would be perfect for you. So that's how I would use Trello. Hopefully this is helpful. I just want to share that with everybody, and have a great day.